Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Going for my face shave now. I've just finished off my head shave using Barrister & Man First Snow. Now the scent on this is leather and fur. As you can see, I've already used it because I've used it in my head shave. I'm just going to sort of carry on from it. And it just smells like a beautiful, really nice smelling leather. It doesn't smell like new car smell leather, it smells like worn leather, real nice, and then that beautiful hint of the fir wood sort of scent through it. And this one's got a little kick of menthol, very small amount but just enough to feel it, and it does smells incredible. Now this was very kindly sent to me from Kyle over at Brown Man Shaves, who has just made his comeback. Obviously I think it was Saturday or Sunday he posted his first shave back, and so I'm over the moon. He's a lovely guy, and he's in the force as well, in the police, so he's got that connection with me in terms of that as well, and he's just a top bloke. And he sent this soap along with Passiflora and a Christmas one which I can't remember the name of, and I'm just forever grateful for it as well. I'm really humbled by it. I did send him a package way back, and it was so heavy I sent it by boat because it was going to cost over $100 just to send this one package. And in hindsight, I wish I'd just paid the money and sent it, because it got broken into and pretty much everything stolen out of it. I couldn't believe it. It's still pissy. I still think about it to this day, and I'll make up for it. I'll make it up to him eventually. He'll get something in the mail, something nice. Not sure what yet, but he'll get something nice in the mail as a thank you, because these are soaps that I absolutely love. And yes, so secondly, I want to give a big congratulations to Milton over at Turn and Shave. Now, when I purchased this brush from Milton, or when I got this brush from Milton, it was when he was still called Evershave, and there was a few issues between that and Envy Shave, but he has since changed the name to Evershave. He's still making exceptionally beautiful brushes. So that's my 25mm angel hair knot. I've also got in my rotation just now my 30mm Whip Dog boa, set in this absolutely stunning handle. Just phenomenal. Now, Milton is releasing 10 brushes. I think it's 10 brushes. I can't remember. I think there's 10 brushes. So he's releasing them for sale, I think tomorrow. Or it could be today actually. It possibly will be today because it's his sort of anniversary day today. And he's selling them at the price he sold his first ever brush, which would be probably a silly price. It'd probably be like $30 or something. I'm not sure, but they'll be cheap anyway. I still find them cheaper than pretty much everyone else out there for a custom brush. And for what you get, I'm not joking guys when I tell you these are impeccable. There is not a mark on these brushes. There's no tooling marks, there's no scratches, nothing. Other than the odd little one on the bottom here from where it sits and slides about on my little shelf. But even then, not much, if anything, that I can see. His workmanship, his customer service, the quality, the speed of delivery, his knot quality that he puts into his brushes, the actual knots themselves are exceptional. He's just a top bloke with a great business and a great enthusiasm for wet shaving, and it's just great to work with. So I highly recommend him. If you're looking for a brush and you find the knot that you want and you want a custom handle, go and speak to him. Now, the only thing is, if you internationally won't ship a natural hair knot internationally, so I'm not sure if Reyes watches this, and I don't know whether he'll appreciate me saying it, but I'm not sure whether Reyes Restores would actually, I mean, he charges a small fee for a knotting service. I think he knots handles, like if you send to a knot and a blank handle, he'll knot it for you. Charges you a very small fee to do that, and then I'm sure he would post it to you as well. So hopefully I'm not stepping on his toes here and pissing him off. I'll send him a message after this, and then I might have to just blank this whole bit out, but I think he'll be okay with that. It allows people to get nice knots and natural hair brushes, and also get the handle from Milton as well. So I'm hoping that's okay, Reyes, GR. If it's not, yeah. So I'm going to be using that today, and as you can see, it's already loaded up. But I'm just going to dip the tip slightly and just re-enter the soap, re-enter it. Oh, that was good. And just get it loaded back up again. Why not? So there you go, you can see that there's whipping up beautifully. Now the post shave feel that I got on my head shave from this stuff It's absolutely brilliant. It feels like a brand new sort of leather bag or a leather wallet. It's got that lovely soft and supple but firm feeling to it. So it's Barrister Man. The post shave feels great. Soap base is great. His scents for me personally are probably better than most on the market in terms of complexity and making scents that I could never dream would actually make a good shaving soap, like Diamond and Fougere Gothique and Adagio, Lagrange Chypre, all these scents that Barrister Man make that you just think, fuck, how the hell do you make that scent? Luckily, touchwood for me, I have never reacted to any Barrister Man soap, which says a lot for the quality, I would say, of his base and his essential oils and his fragrance oils that he uses. He obviously uses good quality gear and he blends it to the point where its scent strength's always around mid. I don't have, apart from Fougere Gothique, which is up there about a 7 or an 8, everything else is around about a 5 scent strength. So here we go, let's paint this on with the beautiful soft angel hair knot, which is very, very similar to the cashmere knot. Now that I have a cashmere in the den, well, it's not in the den, it's actually going to be given away in my 2000 subscriber giveaway. So this knot is very, very floppy. It's an amazing face lathering knot. If you've got sensitive skin, I can't think of a better knot really, because it is so soft. It's not going to irritate your skin. James, when you taste this, it actually tastes like leather. Nice little kick of menthol. Just going to dip the tips again. Barrister Man loves a good drink of water. And again. So there we go. I've now got the translucent on my skin, so you can see my skin through the soap, which is generally when I'm ready to do this. As you can see how easy this brush splays. It makes an amazing lather though. Massive splay. I'm really going to go to town on this ladder and get it really whipped up. Stuff it. See how far we can take Barrister Man. Just to give you an idea, look at the lather down here. Check that out. Holy shit. Absolutely phenomenal lather. One of the best I've made for a long time. And my lathering skills are heaps better than they used to be, I can assure you. But that's off the charts good. Right. The Carve razor. Christopher Bradley razor from Carve Shaving Company. I've got a third use. Is this third use? Let me double check here. Do you know something? I haven't marked it on there, but I'm pretty certain this is the third use on this blade. And the blade is Gillette Super Stainless at the spoiler. And it is a phenomenal blade. And I'm taking this blade to the limit. I'm going to use this blade until it's dead, until I can't get any more shaves out of it, just to see how far it goes. I've heard you can get 20 plus shaves out of it, so let's just see. Shave number 3. Absolutely no prep whatsoever for the shave. I've got pretty much 24 hours growth. The Paul H pinky there, I see that flicking out, the Paul H pinky. In fact, do you know what this smells like? Do you know what it reminds me of? And I think that's why I like it. When I was a kid, my mum used to buy shampoo for me. My dad used to suffer from dandruff and she didn't want me to suffer from it. So she bought Vosine shampoo. That's what this smells like, it smells like Vosine. If you like the smell of Vosine shampoo, which I don't even know if they make it anymore, that is what Barrister and Man First Snow smells like. There's that beautiful, very subtle menthol hit that you get from it as well. It's stunning. Yeah, Vosine. I knew I'd smelled this before. It smells exactly like it. Let's do it, tits. Stuff it. Second ladder, look at that. No effort at all really to get it like that. None whatsoever. It's all come from the good load of the soap, and then spending that little bit of time on the first ladder. Across the grain with the carb razor and the Gillette spoiler. For those of you that don't know, I have the C plate on here. I also want to thank everyone for sort of reaching out to me when I've obviously given the offer to sort of make contact with Chris over at Carve. And find out how far away your razors are. And I've been very pleased to be able to get back to you guys pretty quickly, I think. A bit of an update on the Carve scenario. He is in the process at the moment. He's pretty much designed the stainless razors, are ready to go, and the dies or whatever they do. He's just waiting on setting up this machine that will pretty much reduce his time spent on the brass. So at this stage we're looking at it's obviously $99, I think, or $100 for this razor, the brass razor. Now, he won't be offering the brass razor in a polished form. Now, his reasoning behind that is that because brass is such a soft metal, whenever he polishes it, he gets it perfect, and then you just touch it with anything and it scratches very, very easily. So he's decided against going for polished brass. I know you guys have seen, as I have, the polished brass ones that are out there, and they do look spectacular. It does make a difference, and I think having it polished, it looks nicer polished, there's just no doubt about it. However, when he releases stainless sand, by the sounds of things definitely releasing titanium, they will come in the matte finish, which is pretty much what we've got on this one, which is bead polished, or bead blasted I think they call it, to give it that matte effect, and we'll also be offering it in polished. Now, I'm not 100% sure yet, and I don't think Chris is either, how he's going to go about it, but there might be an option to try and save costs for you guys buying them, having a polished option of having it, so you can have it matte with a bead blast, which will be the cheapest. I don't know whether he's going to do brushed or anything like that, but at the moment matte and polished he's looking at. The polished versions, it looks like he's possibly, I sort of highlighted it myself, he was talking about just doing the external of the razor, so as you hold the razor up like that, everything would be polished, so the whole razor would be shiny and polished. However, when you take it off and you look inside under the cap or on top of the base cap, it wouldn't be polished. So that's the way he was looking at it now. Personally, and from just my couple of years in the wet shaving area, I think if you're going to polish a razor, polish it all. And I think you've got to learn that from looking at how well Timeless and Charcoal and Wolfman, all these stainless steel razor makers that do polished, they polish the whole thing. So if you're going to polish it all. But I think what would be an interesting concept would be to give people the option, because it's time consuming, it's obviously going to add an expense onto the razor having it polished, is to give that option of just having the external part of the razor polished as well. It was just something I came up with for him. I don't know whether it'll work or whether he would do it or whatever, but it'd be interesting to hear you guys' thoughts, to give that option of having a matte finish with a bead blast, pretty much an external polish, which should be the whole outside of the razor, everything that could be seen with the naked eye, and obviously when you take the caps and everything off underneath would be unfinished, or maybe bead blasted, I don't know, and then having the option of a full polish, which is obviously a little bit more intricate because you're doing round the screw and round the little poles and in the holes and things like that. A lot more work involved in getting it finished because it's all the intricate parts, and then offering that as a full polish service. So it's just a thought at the moment from myself, really, gauging from past experience of the way people talk about products. I think if you're going to get a polished product, make it all polished. You don't take your car in to get it valeted or cleaned up and everything, and then say, right mate, can you just polish 80% of it and just leave the other 20% of it? I don't really care. I'm not saying that he doesn't care about the razor, I'm just saying that's the sort of look on it. I think if you're going to do it, go full all in and polish the whole thing, unless you give that option that someone can save maybe 20-30 bucks or something and just have the external part of the razor done, bits that you can see. So interesting to see what your thoughts would be on that, because that's just my personal opinion on it, based on what I've seen in the past and the way people have spoken about polished razors. And I think it's got a great product, and I'd hate to see him go down that route and start getting sort of a bit of negative feedback on it, because it would, to me personally, if that was the way it went and it was saying full polished, I'd be a bit let down if I got a razor and the external was completely polished but the internals weren't. It would look half not finished. It would look like I sort of gave up on the hard bit. So just my 2 cents. So hopefully I'll get a bit more feedback from him regarding what's coming and when it's coming. I'll try and keep you guys in the loop as best I can. I don't obviously want to start getting everyone too excited with how fast it's going to be, because I don't really know. His wait time on the brass itself now is 2 weeks plus, I think. So it gives you an idea of how busy he is. He is literally paperwork, making razors, paperwork, making razors, paperwork, making razors. He's also a machinist, and he does work for local companies as well. So he's not only running his razor business, he's also running another business as well, machining. So he's a very busy bloke, but his work's exceptional. Taking my time again today, really enjoying this razor, enjoying the blade, enjoying the soap. Now right there is pretty much against the grain, and I'm not joking when I tell you this, I don't feel it cutting the hair. I'm BBS there, I don't feel it cutting the hair at all against the grain. It just slices it off like a hot knife through butter. Now right here, I'm pretty much against the grain that way, but going across the grain with this, just at a slight angle, just sort of that angle there, and coming straight across, cuts it pretty much against the grain. Now at the end of the day, I'm not seeking a full BBS shave all the time. I mean, I've not done one yet with this razor. I'm still sort of saving myself, because I've had a bit of irritation here and there. Not from this razor, but from, I got it from the bloody supply razor yesterday, so I'm sort of saving myself till my skin feels right to really tackle a full BBS shave. But that's absolutely incredible how good this razor shaves for me. Andrew Fox over on Facebook really enjoys it. I mean, he's got Wolfman and Timeless and Rocknell and you name it, that man has either had it or he's got it in his den in terms of razors. And he's really impressed with this razor for what it is. Doesn't think it's worth the praise it's got so far. He thinks it's not as good as everyone makes out to be. I personally think it is. I think it's phenomenal, but I haven't used Wolfman and charcoal and stuff like that, and I can't remember the other one, that Bill Goose Asylum, all that sort of stuff. I haven't used any of those razors, but for me it's better than Timeless, it's better than Above the Tie, better than the One Blade, it's better than the Wunderbar, it's better than Above the, it's just the best razor I've ever used. period, over cartridge, single edge, double edge, chevette, you name it that I've used, it is better, and it's considerably better. Not close, it's considerably better. So, I for one cannot wait to get my hands on a stainless version. I really can't. I'm just going to give you a bit of an idea here. This would have been pretty much impossible for me to do. Not impossible, I can shave against the grain with any razor, it just hurts. It's fucking brilliant. Now that's not perfect BBS, but I couldn't do that with another razor. I tell you what, there's enough menthol in that to give you an excellent chill factor. Oh. Now, that was a 3-pass shave with 2 sets of pickups round the lips and on the chin area. Now, that's a tiny little weeper there, but that's it really. I don't feel like I've got any irritation, my skin feels lovely and chilled and cool from the menthol, but I've just shaved against the grain pretty much. I mean, that's the smoothest my chin's ever been, I would say. Easily. Yeah, I'm hardly feeling any hair at all. You can probably see how close that is. It's a little bit of redness, but there's no irritation that I can feel really. So that gives you a real good idea how good this razor is. Post-shave feeling barrister man is phenomenal. I'm almost contemplating not putting any moisturiser on, but I am going to. I'm going to pop on a little bit of Ann Herb aftershave conditioner. Excuse me. In fact, you know what that is? That is from yesterday with that bloody supply razor. It's just a couple of little spots, a little bits of irritation that just flared up a bit. I've got them all over my neck, but even then, my neck looks great compared to what it did with that supply razor yesterday. And I've been over it quite a bit with that double-edged razor with the carve, so it gives you a real good indication of how good the razor is and how good the blade is. It's all good and well having a great razor, but you put a shit blade in a great razor, it's still a shit razor. If that makes any sense. Doesn't matter how good your razor is, if your blade's shit, the shaver is shit. That's what I was trying to say. I mean, a good razor will make it better, but it'll still be shit. Blades, probably the hardest thing really. I would say one of the hardest things in wet shaving, to find the right one for you. Once you do find it, it's amazing. It really is. I thought I found it with the Gillette Nasset and the rubies, but these Gillette Super stainless spoilers just blow them away, in my opinion. Blow them away. So that's the third shave on that one. On my face, I've completed 2 on my head shave now, and like I say, I'm going to run these blades into the ground. I want to see how far I can take them. Just nicked that there. That's where the cold sore was when I grew my goatee. Still not healed right. What a brush. So that was Barrister and Man First Snow. Very, very kindly sent to me from Brown Man Shaves, Kyle over in the States, over in Florida. And thank you very much again, mate, for sending them over. I will look after you eventually, trust me. Something will turn up at your door. You won't know when it's coming, you won't know what it is, and it will blow you away, hopefully. Hopefully it'll be something you'll be really excited, really happy to have in the den. It will be shave related, obviously. I'm not going to send you anything that's not, but I don't know what I'm going to send you, but something will appear. The brush, the Turn and Shave 25mm Angel Hair Knot from Milton over in the States again. Absolutely stunning brush. Now Milton will send us synthetics worldwide, but he will not send natural hair brushes like this one, which is a 30mm Whip Dog Boar, and it's also made by Turn and Shave, which I showed you at the start. As you can see, this is the ones with these coins in it now, which look amazing. So head on over. He's doing a amazing deal, basically selling brushes for his 1 year anniversary at the same price he sold his very first brush for. So they will be cheap, they will not last, and there's some real funky shapes in there and some nice colouring and stuff like that. His work's impeccable. And like I say, so if you want a natural hair knot, I would say head over to Reyes Restores and have a chat with him. He's on Instagram. If you cannot find them, I will pop a link down below if I remember. I'm trying to get better with these links. So yeah, Reyes Restores. He'll charge you a small fee, I believe, just to knot your handle for you. It won't be a mountain amount of money, but at least then you can get an actual hair knot slotted into your handle, and then hopefully he'll be able to ship it for you as well with the natural hair knot on it. I'm hoping this is alright, JR. I hope you're okay with this. I'll send you a message anyway, but I'm pretty sure you'll be alright with that. Obviously there'll be a charge. As with everything, you should charge for what you do. Whatever your charge is for knotting a handle is whatever you charge. So other than that, oh Jesus, yeah, don't want to forget this. The carve razor from, well, Christopher Bradley razor, the CB razor from Carve Shaving Company. All brass, bead blasted, C-plate, which is 0.85 blade gap, and my third use on the Gillette Super Stainless, the spoiler vintage blade from the 1970s. Impeccable. It's just phenomenal. I love it. I've never been that close on my chin before, ever. Even with Mach 3s and everything else. My first ever shave, I think I did against the grain and it killed me. I was red raw for days. But obviously I've come a long way since then. But this is the first razor I've ever used where I can go against the grain comfortably with no pain. No pain at all. Don't even feel like it's tugging, cutting, anything. It just melts the hair away. Brilliant. And finished off today with Ann Herb aftershave conditioner, which has got a lovely little hit of camphor in there, which I believe is derivative of menthol. So it's got a beautiful cooling sensation. My skin is still ice cold from this, obviously a little bit in the soap, but the actual coolness I'm getting now is from the balm. Moisturising properties and everything else to go with this balm. It's off the charts, brilliant. It's probably, if I had to choose one balm that I had to keep, it would be that one. It's really, really excellent. It's better than most of the, probably better than all the artisan balms out there. It's really, really good stuff. When you get your hands on it, grab one. I think you can only get them from India, so they're not super expensive from what I've had a look at. I just don't need any at the moment. I was very lucky that Nav sent me this one over and it's lasting ages. It'll last. I've used it a lot and there's still more than 2/3 in that bottle. And yes, and just an update, been to the doctors today and I've been signed back onto work, thankfully. Pretty much all the wounds all healed up now. I've just got a few stitches that I've got to sort of dissolve and come out, and then I'll be pretty much ready to rock and roll. I'm still getting used to the sensitivity of it. I'm still struggling to walk around and comfortably at least. So having my uniform on Saturday is not going to be the most pleasant of experiences, but you just got to get stuck in and toughen it up a little bit and toughen yourself up in the process, hopefully. So that's that update there as well. So I'm back to work, I'm fighting fit, I'm healthy. I just need to lose a bit of weight now because I've been sat eating shit while I've been laid in bed and haven't really looked after my diet very well. So other than that, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.